and you can see that. And before going to start our 5 days AutoCAD workshop, so mainly this 5 days workshop is inbuilt my course. Okay, it's one of the course processors. I wanted to share with a few of another students also apart from my course students. That's why we make it as a workshop. And come to here in our AutoCAD architectural course, we are going to discuss. We already discussed these some of the things. And getting started, if you go for the getting started, you will learn all the introduction about the AutoCAD and the discussion about the CAD commands and discussion about the CAD display interface. And I know that some of the people are from the second year and some people are don't know the AutoCAD as well. So don't worry, in these 5 days, as much as possible, I can cover all the basics to advanced level. Okay. So under discussion about the CAD commands and discussion about the display interface, how the AutoCAD will look like. And here is the draw tools, how we can use the draw panel tools and how we can use the modify panel, annotation layer, layers and blocks and properties and group italics. And come to my second step in this. So see guys, wherever you go, wherever you learn, every time some people will teach you how the AutoCAD will look like. Okay, no one can teach you how we can draw one floor plan. Okay, so if you wanted to draw one floor plan, someone will give you the plan, right? So if by using that plan, we can't able to draw that. Why? Because if you know the AutoCAD, you can try to copy that. So by the means whatever the drawing he gave, so based upon that, you can draw in AutoCAD. That is the most commonly how the people will teach you. But so as an engineer, so my main motto is, as an engineer, we need to know some rules and regulations and some of the Vastu concepts as well. Okay, so that I want to do. I am also working as I am also dealing with architectural projects. That's why I know how we can deal with the clients and how we can get the data from the clients, how we can manage those things in a one particular plinth layout. Those all things we need to know as an engineer. Okay, so come to here all about Vastu, introduction about Vastu, discuss about engineering Vastu. While we are in a BTech also, we studied about this engineering Vastu. See guys, when it's come to engineering in the means Vastu in the sense, it's not like something which we don't know. So that's a daily basis we are following the Vastu. But come to so we are not thinking about superstitious. So we need to follow some science also, even though if it is a superstition and it's like a science. Okay, if you think in a science way, so that will be good. So even though our all the engineering Vastu, whatever the study we did in a BMD, like a BPD, right? Building, planning and drawing, there you can study all the engineering Vastu. What it means, all the engineering Vastu will be depends upon the sun path. Okay, so where the sun started and where the sun ended. Okay, like east to west, that is the main thing. Based upon the sun, we will decide where we need to provide a kitchen, where we need to provide a bedroom, and where we need to provide a the staircase and these all things. But comes to real-time Vastu, yeah, it's like a same thing also. Even though in engineering Vastu also it says same, but come to another type of Vastu in the general Vastu. So we need to take some air, water, and these all things, fire, and these all things we need to come together. So based upon some books or anything, so we can take those references and we can use it. Okay, even though if you do the research, behind that the general Vastu, you will get a science. Okay, that we don't know what science behind it. If you go lag, means our ancestors will say what is the science behind that. Okay, so some of the people will be there. So but see, every time some people will think like even though I see in my students, every people will think like, okay, Vastu, it's not our subject and it's not a good okay, it's having a lot of depth in the subject. Nothing is. So as a civil engineer, we need to know some particular things. Okay, if you know those things, then definitely it will help you. No need to worry about some like Pujari, these things. Okay, so at least as an engineer, we need to know some basic Vastu things. What are the basic Vastu things we covered there, and how we can decide the earth and north and these things, and how we can make it as a Agneyam and Nairiti and Vaignam. So if you wanted to correlate with this, just remember Anavai. So that name will indicates it, Anavai, Agneyam, Nairuti, Vaignam, Isanyam. So where the A start, okay, wherever the E started, east. So east to south, that corner will be Agneyam. So I hope I wanted to give you some insights actually. So anyway, so here is like that. You can decide this one, and whenever if you go for some Pujari, like they also say Nairuti, we need to we need to keep a extra means a height. Okay, so wherever if you just pour any water in the Nairuti, so it must be going into the 𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴. Okay, so that's the main thing. So if you are not providing that, so you may lose some property and these all things. Okay, that's everything. It is related to something, right? So based upon that, we need to know some 𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴, these all things we need to learn it. Okay, so about all the direction Vastu plans also we did, and the client requirements. What are the client requirements we need to take? Okay, so even though if you go Vastu, some initially I discuss about the engineering Vastu, how the engineering Vastu will decide, and after that how the general Vastu is the master bedrooms where we need to provide, how we can provide it, and some puja room where we need to provide, how we can provide, and if it is a living room, so how we can if the means if any of your parents will sit, in which facing they need to sit. Even though if you are studying in your study room, so our father or mother will say, so just give put your facing towards east, then that will be good for your studies. Yeah, everything will be related that. Here also you can see those things also, and this is a one beautiful chart, and after this session, and we will give you this chart also. No need to, and this is all the which facing. If it is a north facing, how we can decide the building, and if it is a east facing, how we can decide it, and if it is a west facing, how we can arrange these things. Okay, those all things we covered in Vastu. But come to the client requirements. This is a client requirements, the main key role. Okay, if you don't know the client, you see, client is not a educational background. Okay, so he is somewhat he don't know what he need to do, so that's why he is coming to the engineer, and he will ask you, give us some plan. So at the time, what are the requirements we need to take from them? So what are the requirements? So we need to ask them a proposed side dimensions. After that, building facing and existing road. Is there any existing road? If you wanted to go for a building bylaws, so we have some GOs. Okay, GO 119 is a general for Andhra Pradesh. So in that bylaws, if you see, let me show you those also. So if you go there, and you will learn, okay, if it is a road, how much road width it is, and how much setback I need to relieve. So these all things plays a very vital role here in this our civil engineering, and in the client requirements also. So we need to ask the requirement room, how many rooms they need. So see, if suppose they will say to you 2 BHK, but after the you draw all the things clearly, and after you submit to, so he just ask you, so why you give a 2 BHK? I have a proper space, so why can't you give it the 3 BHK? So this type of miscommunication will happen in this between the client and architect or civil engineer. So that's why we need to know what are the requirements we need. Okay, we need to take from the client. So every time we can't call him, and we can't get a each and single. Okay, so at a time we need to ask them, okay, what are the requirements? If you go here, so here is the some of the client requirements. So if you see here, proposed side dimension, as a, if suppose you are a client, so I asked you what is the proposed side dimensions. They give you side dimensions is a 54 into 34 flat length and width wise. So he said 54 is the south direction and 34 is the east direction. Okay, this is a main side dimensions. I need to note it. Okay, after that, which is a building facing and existing road and width of the road. So facing of the building is east direction and 20 feet wide road in both south and east direction. Okay, so and required rooms and floors, how many floors he required, how many rooms he required? He said simply 3 BHK. Okay, so I need to check it, is that sufficient for the 3 BHK or not? If it is a 34 into 54, so definitely it will be sufficient for the 3 BHK. Okay, so required double story height, he said he need a G+1 story. So, and also, is there any other requirements? Parking he need. So if you need a parking, what type of parking required? He need a car. Okay, car parking and 2 bike parking. After that, entrance gate at both south and east direction, and also south gate for car entrance and east gate for bike entrance. So suppose you have another requirements also. If suppose particularly some clients will say, I need a duplex. At the time, if you don't know the requirement of the client, how can you design it a duplex? So initially we need to take the requirements. Okay, so this is the client step. Is as a civil engineer, the client's requirement is the first step, and what is the next step? So come to here, the stages of the civil engineering and structural projects. If you want to go for some structural work or site work, so client requirements is the main thing, and after the client requirements, you need to do the site survey, geotechnical survey, hydrological survey, and contour survey. what is the site survey and geotechnical survey? So site survey in the sense by using the total station, we can take the we can particularly we will decide which site it is and how much site we have, and we need to make it as marking and these all things. And geotechnical survey is how much what is the soil in there, and is that soil is sufficient to carry my upper loads from the building. And the hydrological survey, how much groundwater it is, in which level the ground will be there. And as a structural engineer, we need to think, so always the water pressure will create some uplifting force, right? So due to that, we need to know the ground hydrological survey and contour survey. If it is some type of 1 acre, 2 acre land, so we need to do the contour survey. Why? Because so if you want to, if you go for the contour survey, what will happen? If suppose let me try to draw. Just give me a minute. So see this. If suppose this is a one type of I hope you can see this. And this is a one type of building. It's a land. Okay. So here, if you see what is the contour survey in the sense, if you take the contour, how much level it is and how much level here is. Okay, bottom side and down side. So based upon this, so as an engineer, by directly you can say, so here I need to cut this session up to here, and I need to fill here. Okay. So I need to fill this land to make it as a perfect. Okay. So in the stable position. So that's why we will do the contour survey as well. And here is the initial planning. And once after this, all the surveys, we need to go for the initial planning. In the initial planning itself, we need to decide how many floors we need to get and how it will look like. And these are all things we will do. And after that, based upon the initial planning, we will decide a preliminary estimation. So how much cost it will be going. So we don't know. So we can't do the exact estimation. Why? Because we don't have any proper drawings, right? So due to that, we can't do any detailed estimation. So for that, preliminary estimation in the sense, if suppose if you are staying in a Vizag, so generally we will take a 1,500 per square feet. Okay, even though if any contractor or builder, so definitely it will change. Okay, as per the site and as per the material requirements and as per the shortage of the material, so it will change. It will may go to 1,200 also somewhere, and 1,800 also it will be somewhere. So suppose I have a flat will be so 54 into 34, right? How much feet it will come? Feet square. Can anyone chart? Give me a chart. So 54 into 34. If it is a single floor, 1836, right? 1836. Yeah, into 1,500 I will take. Okay, so 1,500. How much you will get? Just calculate it. 27 lakhs. 27 lakhs, 54,000 rupees. We got it. So for completing this project, 54 into 34, it's for only one story. So single story, by using the materials and labors, all these things will be including in this. So based upon that, we will decide how much cost it will be. So preliminary estimation, but maybe it will change. Okay, after the detailed drawing we got, so it will may change or increase it, increasing or decrease. So that will be depend upon purely so requirement. Everything will be depend. Okay, so if you go for the site, maybe the steel will change, and these all things will be plays a vital role in the deciding the preliminary estimation. And come to after that preliminary estimation over, we need to go for the detailed planning. So as per the detailing planning, we need to draw architectural floor plans, right? So for that architectural floor plan, we need to we will learn it how we can do the detailed planning in this workshop. And after the detailed design, so by using, see, in the planning itself, we will do in a AutoCAD. So AutoCAD is an excellent software in 2D works, not in 3D works. So no one can focus on a 3D works. So in the industry, I see in all the type of industry in the civil engineering, no one can ask you the 3D AutoCAD 3D. If you go for the 3D works, so there we have a lot of work, a lot of softwares, SketchUp and 3ds Max and Revit and ArchiCAD. These are all things we have. So why we are going to focus on this and wasting our time? So no need to waste our time. So by using AutoCAD is only for the 2D. So try to learn the 3D, which means a good commanding. Okay, if you know commanding, so in the AutoCAD in 2D, so that will be enough. Okay, you will get definitely you will get a job. So and so that job will never give you that much high salary. So as an engineer, we need to know some another software also. So if you stick with one software, your salary will be sticked. So that's the main thing. And in the civil engineering also, particularly I will say in the civil engineering. And come to here, so detailed design. So based upon how we can design it. So as per that, we got an architectural plan. Okay, in that architectural plan, we will decide a column placing and beams and these all things we will decide. So initially, architect will give you the column placing and these column placings. But as a structural engineer, we can decide it. We will decide it. Okay. So we are not blindly follow the architectural person. So as an architectural, we need to coordinate with the architectural, and after that we can do some modifications. Okay. So and come to the detailed design by using this column spacing and these all things. That spacing, how much spacing in X direction and Y direction. We can go to the 𝗢𝗄s. If suppose you wanted to go for the 𝗓Pro, then 𝗓Pro is also it's a good software, and 𝗢𝗄s is advanced software, and nowadays 𝗢𝗄s is using vastly. So that's why we will prefer the 𝗢𝗄s. So by using the 𝗢𝗄s, and you can apply the loads. In the loads also we have a lot of types of loads. Okay, so this is not right time to discuss with you all of these things. And the drawing preparation, once the design will be done and the 𝗢𝗄s will give you the some results. Okay, so based upon these results, again you can use the AutoCAD or RCC means what is that RCDC. By using that, you can prepare drawings. Okay, so after the drawing preparation, you will get all the drawing, right? So if you wanted to calculate the estimation, let me tell you briefly. So if you wanted to calculate the estimation, what are the things you need to know? You need an architectural plan to decide how many bricks we need to use or how many doors we will get. Those all things. And after that, after that, what are things? So column structural drawings. Okay, in that structural drawings, you can decide how much cement it will be, how many columns it is, and based upon that column, how much cement it will consume, and the footing drawings, and these all things drawings will be help you to prepare the estimation. And after that, in the structural drawing also, we have another thing like a BBS, bar bending schedule. So in the bar bending schedule, you can get all the steel quantity. So these two things, cement and steel, will increase our project cost, right? So based upon that, BBS and the structural drawings will help you to design, give you the detailed estimation. And architectural plans also, by using this, the estimator will calculate all the estimation and he will give it to the customer, and this means client. Okay, so after that, if you go for the approval from the authority, you know that, and selection of the executive agents, these all things we already covered. But anyway, I wanted to explain you all, guys. And stability certificate, without a stability certificate, no one can enter into the room. It's apartments. Okay, so structural engineer need to give a stability certificate. What is a stability certificate in the sense? So if you are going to buy any flat or any apartment, so you need to know, is that stable for me to save in that inside of that apartment. So if you have a stability certificate, so you can truly you will make it. Okay, and after that, marketing management. So if you are constructing a G plus 100-story building, no one can take your flats. How can you survive? So for 150 crores or 5,000 crores, you are investing, but no one can buy your flats. How can you it? So we need to take the marketing management team also, and building maintenance. So we have a building maintenance also to do this. Okay, so these all things are come to these client requirements. Okay, so and the project stages, and come to the next proposal drawing on paper. Every time as a fresher, I will suggest you all the freshers. So every time if you are going to draw any particular plan, okay, so you need to draw on paper. So why? Because on paper, when we are in a children means a small kid, so every time we are drawing on paper, right? So due to that, that will give you some if you are doing anything wrong, you can, by erasing, you can erase it, and you can make it clearly. Okay, if you directly go for the AutoCAD, you don't know how much scale it is and what are the things we need to consider. So I suggest you to draw on paper as per the rules and regulations. If you wanted to draw on paper, what are the rules and regulations we need to follow? Decide setbacks from the 4 directions. So as per the GVMC rules or Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, whatever the rule it is, you need to follow the setbacks as per the rules. Okay, so let me show you how we can, and decide the room arrangement, how we can arrange the rooms. Arrangement of the rooms is a main important thing, that there the Vastu will be included. So based upon this Vastu, we will decide the room arrangements, and after that, draw each floor like ground floor and first floor. If suppose my client say, he need a G+1, so I need to draw each floor. Ground floor I need to draw, first floor I need to draw. Okay, even though if it is the same plan, so we need to draw it. Okay, so and after that, drafting on AutoCAD. So guys, see here my our AutoCAD 5 days AutoCAD will start. Okay, so drafting on AutoCAD. So here is a set project units and dimensions and input, and the external walls. How once after this, let me show you that how the client requirements is over and proposed drawing on paper. So based upon this, see this, these are the main steps for the proposed drawing on paper. So decide a setbacks in 4 directions as per GVMC rules. So GOMS 119 table 17 will say, so amendments and permissible setbacks and height for all type of non-high-rise buildings. So someone will ask me in previous time, so is that all these GOs will be related to all the buildings? No, it's not. Okay, if you go for the high-rise buildings, the GO may change. Okay, so due to those things, you will change these GOs and everything. Okay, so but right now we are going for the small type of building, right? So it will comes under a non-high-rise building. So that's why I need to take a table 17 and GO 119. So here is a minimum setback for height and permissible. Height permissible. How much height you need to go? So if it is your building will be small, so you can't go up to 10 stories, right? So the means the local authority will never allow you to do that. And even though if it is height will be bigger, and even though if it is a high-rise building, so you need to take approval from the authority. If you wanted to go for the approval from the authority, there we have a certain another software. So even though if you have AutoCAD, so there we see AutoCAD PDCR. Some software will be there. There you can draw all these things and you will submit to the GVMC or GHMC. So after that they will review that, and if anything will wrong, if you didn't follow these setbacks. So if suppose see this my floor dimension, these all will be in a meters. These all will be in a C. Plot size, yeah, let me show you. Yeah, plot size. Okay, you can see here. The plot size will be in a square meters. Okay, you need to convert into 54 feet into 34 feet. So you need to convert into the meters. Okay, so based upon that, in which means how much square meters of area it is. So based upon that, you can convert it. And if suppose, just let's imagine, so my building is under 50 into 100. Okay, 50 to 100 square meters area. So can I provide a parking? No, as per requirements, you don't need to provide any parking. Okay, how much height I can go up to permissible height? So this is not done by me. It's from GO 119 says. Okay, so 7 meters. Okay, you need to go up to only 7 meters. Either it's a G plus, so every floor will be 3 meters, right? So if you go for the 3 G plus 2, so it will be 6 meters. So it will be enough 7 meters. So it must be in below this 7 meters. So my building is a G plus 1. So I can definitely take this. Okay, so 7 meters. And if you even the 10 meters also we have. So if it is a 10 meters, some things will be changed. Okay, so minimum setbacks in the remaining sites will be changed. So here how much? So see. Abutting road width. Okay, in the road width, if the road width will be up to 12 meters. So in as a client, my client gave me, so what type of details my client gave me? So let's see this. So how much road width is this? 20 feet wide road. Okay, so 20 feet wide road my client gave me. So after based upon that, how much size I need to take? So see this. So 20 feet in the sense how much meters? Nearly 7 meters, right? 7 meters. Okay, so it will be 7 meters in the below 12 meters. So I need to take, this is my front setback. This is only for the front setback. You can see here, guys, you can see here, this is only for the front setback. And after that, if it is about 12 meters to 18 meters, you need to go for, again it's the same, right? So if it is about 18 meters, why? Because if suppose you are going to construct on a house here. Okay, so if suppose this building, this width will be so like 20 meters. So if you didn't follow any setbacks here, so after once the road extension will come, so AE or the people will come and they will demolish entire this structure. So they didn't pay you. So if you maintain, so to avoid these situations, some our GO numbers will give you these rules. Okay, so above how much you can take and above these all things. And here is a minimum. This is only for the front. Okay, guys, I hope you understand it. This is only for this to here to here. This is only for the front side. So come to the back side and the front, all the remaining sides. So in the front side, in the sense wherever we have a main road. So main road like a highway or anything. Okay, so even though local roads also. And so come to the front side back front, I need to remove as 1.5. So after that, how much I can leave in another sides? So another side I need to, if it is a 10 meters, no need to worry about minimum setbacks in the remaining sides if it is a 7 meters. If you go for the 10 meters, you need to left the 0.5. Okay, so here I need to left the 0.5, and here I need to left, and here I need to left it. Okay, so after that, this is our plinth area. Okay, this is our plinth area, and even though we have some carpet area and this built up area far, and these all things will be there, so we are not going to teach you these all things right now, so due to time being. So here this is a plinth area, so based upon this plinth area we can take the plinth area length. If it is a 20 into some 34 into 50, so like just imagine it's a 28 into 40. So my initial will be 54 into 34 after removing all the directions. See, as per this GO, it will say 0.5. But if you go for the Vastu will say, if you are living in a east side, so west will be less than the east. And if you are giving a spacing in the north side, so south side will be less than the north side. These all rules will be there. Okay, so those also we need to consider it. So and come to here, and this is how we can decide from this table. So I hope you can get it what I am saying. And here also come to here. So this is how my site layout as per the GVMC and Vastu based upon Vastu. See this. So as per this is my east direction. The client will give me east direction, right? So after that I decide south and north and west. Okay, every time east right will be so north. Okay, so based upon that we will decide it. So this is the main important thing. Every time if you deal with a client, so they spontaneously they will ask you these directions. So we need to particular about this. Okay, the two north, we always take a reference of north also. Okay, by using the north, you just hand our right hand will be east and the left hand will be west. Okay, based upon the north south and east west. So then that will be fine. And after that we will decide the site layout. Okay, if you so these all will be in a real-time project. So that's why I'm going to explain you clearly. So why? Because see, the client will give me 54 into 34. So after that I need to, as per the rules and regulations, I need to give it as a site layout. How much site I am using here. Okay, so client says 20 feet wide road in this direction and in the south direction, and in the 20 feet wide road in the east direction. So that's why I mentioned as a 20 feet in the both. So and after that, based upon the rules and regulations, I just left as a 14.6 14 feet 6 inches. Why? Because the client asked me the car, right? So if it is if I wanted to place a car, where I can place it? So exactly here is my place to place a car at least. Okay, so somewhere here. Okay, and so that's why we just include in this front side only. So here we have a roads, right? So that's why we will use this road to give a gate here, and we can directly put our car here. Okay, so that's why we gave it as a here. And after that, how we can decide? And due to that, we just leave it as a 14 feet. And after that, again, if you come to here, let me wait a minute. Yeah. So based upon this, in the north side, so see, this is north, right? So this spacing is the north. So that's why I need to left some higher space as per this south. So south is a 3 feet 6 inches, right? So based upon that, I make it as a north side is a 4 feet 6 inches. And again come to east direction. East always west will be lesser the east. So my east will be 14 feet. And every time if you go for the client, so you always go every time they will ask you north. I need a higher space, and east also. East and north is the main thing. And even though if you are going for the flat, buying one flat, so you spontaneously will ask you is that east facing or west north facing. So no one can prefer the south and west facing. If you see, and even though some of the people think about okay, my name is not good in a south facing, so I can't buy a flat in south facing. The pujari will say, so if you take with your name is not suitable for the south facing house, that definitely client will never go for the south facing house. You need only east facing. So the demand is also higher in the east facing and north facing houses. Why? Because that room arrangements also will come good. So while we are designing a east facing, that room arrangements also is quite good. So see, if you go for the west facing, that will be like something not interesting. Okay, so and like that we can decide it. And this site layout, so see, initially I drawn as per means on paper. See, if I give it to the site client, is that attractable to the client? So it's not. Obviously, it's not. Even though if I see, if you send this drawing to the client, Okay, he think like he just mentioned 14 feet 6 inches. Is that really 14 feet 6 inches? And you will say here you can place a car. Okay, so if you see this this type of car will be there like a long car. So no, okay, we need to draw properly, means a scale and everything we need to draw, right? So that is only makes sense, right? As an engineer, we need to draw clearly. Okay, so I hope so that's why we are going to draw on AutoCAD. So anyway, so see this. Just give me a minute. Guys, so I hope is time taking too much. So if you are no problem, we can continue it. And anyway, we just continue this one, and the tomorrow session, at least we will start the AutoCAD also. Okay, so no problem. Even though if it is not for 5 days, we will take extra days also. No need to worry about the days. Okay. So I hope I wanted to clear you all of you guys. So that's my main motto. And I need, even though if it is a 10 days, no need to worry about it. So definitely I will give a time for you guys. Okay. So and decide a room arrangement as per Vastu. So the decide room arrangement. So every again, if you go, how we can decide the room is that if you place a 3 meters into 3 meters, is that sufficient for the client or not? Client, even not a client, even just every time when you are going for designing your house, any house for the client, you just imagine yourself it is your house. If it is your house, how can you feel it? Okay, even though every time you are staying in a house, right? So every time if you feel like so suppose every time you have one door only, so sometimes you might think about so if I have a door here, so I can directly go to the balcony, so right? So that type of thinking also we will get it. So we can't demolish it and we can't place a new door. So at least we will think it. Okay, if I place a door like this, so I can pass easily in this direction also, either going for the long direction. So that type of you need to think it. Okay, so every time you feel like it's your house, you are going to design your house. If you stay there, and how we can see the things, so that is a main important thing. As an architect and as a civil engineer, we need to involve in the subject. Once you involve it, no one can stop you. So that's sure. And here is the habitual rooms. If you go for the habitual rooms, here is a, so every time minimum requirements for that building units up to 50 square meters. If it is a 50 square meters, at least we need to follow some minimum rules. Okay, so minimum dimensions. If suppose let's take a kitchen. Okay, so 3.3 meters. Okay, it says 3.3 meters square meters. Sorry, square meters. If suppose this is my kitchen, so I make it as a 1.5 here. So one side I will decide it initially. So if suppose I need to place some means some wash basin here, and I need to place some means electrical stove here, and after that I need to place some cupboards and these things, and after that I need to place a fridge here. Okay, so this is the general arrangement, right? If you go for the open type of kitchen, so that will be somewhat different. Okay, no need to worry. So here is like that, and so based upon this, if it is a 1.5, so then you can multiply it and you can divide it, and how much remaining you will get, that is a next. Okay, so based upon these, it will give you the square meters. So you need to convert it to the so means length and width. Okay, so once you need to fix one length or width. After that, based upon that, these requirements. So even though if you send it to the authority, local authority, they will identify that okay, it's less than 3.3, so it will be suggestible. So that's why they will give you the approval. Otherwise, they don't give you the approval. You need to again work on it. Okay, so this is, and after that, draw each plan like a ground floor and first floor. How we can draw that? So based upon these chart, okay, this chart will help you to draw and decide it. And let's quickly see this chart. So Puja Mandir, where we need to provide a puja. Okay, so this says northeast. North is a quite good place, right? So even though, see, just imagine if it is a house here. So this is a house, and here is a east. Here is a east, and this is a west, and north, south. Okay, if see, let's imagine. So always sun will rise here. Okay, so after that he will go up to the west. Okay, in the night time, so it will go up to here like this, right? So in this north region, so the sun will never touch us, right? So in this place will quite cool, right? So that's why we will provide a balcony mostly. So even though if you provide a balcony here, see this, if you provide in the west side balcony, what will happen? If you suppose you will come early from the office, so you need to stay some time in a balcony. At the time, if you come to, it's nearly 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock, you came to from office. At the time, you want to you just go to the balcony. So if you make a chair or here, you can sit it. How it will be feel? So the due to sun, you can't sit any at least a 5 to 3 minutes, right? If you place a north means a balcony here, so there is no sun, right? So it is a place will be, this place will be quite cool. So even you can entirely in the morning to evening also you can stay here. So coolest place. And east also, in the morning time, the east means always we think about the morning rays, sun rays will be healthy, right? So due to that, even though if you place a puja here in the morning direction, every time some people will do the puja in morning. At the time, if the people will sit here, so the means all the races will be falling on that people, and then they feel like healthy, right? So that's why and this also applicable to the kitchen. So every time our mother will come to the kitchen and she will cook for us, right? So morning at the 6 or 5 o'clock she will start our cooking. So for that, even though if we provide a window here, so our mother will cook here. So exactly at the time, all the rays will be passing through the window and this falling on our mother. Okay, then she felt very happy and healthy, and also it's like exciting. It means that throughout the day she felt like some means fresh. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say. And we need to sync with the science and this also. Okay, so don't go in depth to the vastu, like we need to place here and otherwise property will never come. These all things we no need to think. Okay, so anyway, this is how we can how I can think like this. Okay, so this is, and for everyone having their own approach, I don't want to blame this. And here, so northeast, if I place a northeast in this puja, so it will be quite good for me to make a puja. So that's why our ancestors also follow these same things, and they will say some in-depth concept. We don't need that much of in-depth concept, right? So we need how we can and how it will relate to the science, and is that benefit for us or not? So that's main thing. And this is our site, right? This is our house. So I need to stay it. If suppose the client will say, a client or not engineer will say, so in the west direction you can place a balcony, how can I say no? Yes. So if I sit the west direction, how can I sit in a morning or in the evening or afternoon time? So the client will say, so I need a balcony in the north direction. Even though as an engineer, we need to suggest them, sir. If suppose the client will ask you, sir, client will ask you to the engineer, so just place a balcony in the west direction. At the time, what will he say? Sir, if you place a balcony in a west direction in the evening or morning or afternoon time, you will cave. So there is due to the heat, so it's not a quite good place. So that's why, so here is the best place, and we need to show them. So this is how it will come. So once you show them and once you convince them, they will listen your words. Okay, otherwise they will blindly go to some another person, they will show their plans, and that person we don't know that much person will he knows or not. So he simply say, no, we don't need to place here. At the time, the client will come us, and yeah, so no, I don't need a balcony in the north direction, you need to place a west direction. We need to convince them. The client will don't know. That's why he came for us, it came for me to us, right? So that's why we need to tell them and we need to convince them, sir, this is the way and how we can go it. And we need to show them also. If you are not showing, you know how much stuff you have in your mind. So if you blindly you explain all these things, he can't understand it. So we need to show some pictorial representation, these all things. And come to kitchen also southeast, right? So the southeast, and see the southeast, so here I need to place it. And after that, master bedroom, so master bedroom we need to provide a southwest. Okay, so and come to the kids bedroom. So kids bedroom, we can, it's a danger, and if it is a danger, we don't need to provide it. Even everyone, okay, so even if you go for the vastu shastra experts or everyone, no one can suggest you to place a kitchen in northeast. Okay, and if you go for the vastu consultancies, those people say like fire we need to place in the fire location, and these all things they will say. But we need to consider those fire and air and these all things also we need to consider it. Okay, so those also very important for us. Okay, and I hope you understand it. And come to here the next guest room, where we need to provide a guest room. So come to here and northwest. So northwest we need to provide a guest room. And after that, staircases, where we need to provide a staircases. What are the, see, even the kitchen also we have some another two things. If suppose, first of all, we need to provide a southeast direction, and if suppose it will be not possible for us, so we need to go for the northwest. If it is possible, we can't go for the second option. In the Vastu, so even though if it is possible, we can't go for the second option. If it is not possible, we can't do anything, right? So we need to go for the some best option in the second. So that is the northwest, we need to provide it. And come to the staircases, just rule of thumb, you just remember this. So southeast and staircases and kitchen is the same direction. Okay. So either southeast also you need to provide, and northwest also you can provide it. And dining, and here it will be look like here also you can provide, and here also you can provide it here. And water sump and the northeast. Okay. Every time if you go for the northeast, what is the northeast corner? Even though if you see here, see this, let's see, northeast corner, 𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐵, okay, where we don't need to provide any heavy loadings, right? In the 𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐵 we can't provide any loadings, and even though that is like water, the place is for water, so that's why we dig the bore, and we can use it for the boreholes, and we can dig it. Whenever we dig the means we are removing the soil, it will feels like we are removing it, we are not putting it, we are removing it. That's type of thinking also we need to remember. And while we are going for the, so this type of water basing also, okay, water and sump. And after that, cupboards we will provide southeast, we can provide on south and southwest, and this is also like some, it's not general. And the toilets, where we need to provide the toilets and northwest. Okay, in the west side it will be, sun will be somewhat hot, right? So due to that sun rays, the creams and everything, whatever the bacteria will be there in our toilets, and those things will be also going to kill, right? So that type of science will be in that behind. Okay, so like that we can decide, and based upon that, and after that, see guys, as per the client requirements, the client gave me, right, so some requirements, right? So due to these requirements, so I need to draw one plan on paper. Okay, so I drawn this means, see this, let me quickly see this plan. So ground floor plan, where we will provide the ground, it's a ground floor plan, right? So the client will never ask me the ground floor is only for the parking. It's a single story, it's a G+1 story building, so you don't need that much of parking. If you go for the G+5 story or anything, so you need to provide a parking for the only single floor. Okay, so the ground floor, entire ground floor, we need to provide it. And see, as per this client requirements, he asked me, so gate at in this direction also. Why? Because here I have a road here, right? So that's why we provide a gate, and here is a small gate we provided, right, for the bike parking. If you wanted to park any bike, you can directly come here and you can provide a parking here. Okay, after that, see here I make it as a car parking. See guys, whenever you are going for the car parking, you must need to know how much car it is, how much size it is, and how we can design it. Okay, if you suppose the person will having a duster, okay, if you are going to design a Sancho, so how much difference it is after constructing all these things, he just take that car into the parking area, so it will not fitting in that. So at the time, what you will do? So we can't increase it, right? So he can't change your car due to your parking size. He can't change the duster to Sandro for this parking size. So that is also main thing. So we need to think about that parking car size also. So everything is a precious, means guys, whenever you are doing the architectural work or structural works, everything you will keep in mind. So we need to work with dedicated people, otherwise everything will be mistaken. Okay, so here is a 15 feet and 8 feet. Okay, so generally this is this car parking we took for the duster car, so that's why. And here also up, so here I decided where I decided my staircases. Let's see this as per Vastu, where I decided, so southeast. Okay guys, southeast, my main location is southeast. Otherwise, if it's not, I need to go for the northwest, right? So it's possible here, so I can place a southwest. Suppose if you felt like some 2 cars he has, so the client will two cars he need, so at the time I just remove this these staircases, and I will place exactly here. Okay, then you can place 2 car parkings exactly here. Okay, even though, see, some of the clients will say, if I just remove this staircases and I put it here, So what the client will ask me, so whenever I go for the elevation, so at the time, if you don't have a staircase in the front side, that elevation not come good, right? I hope you know that how the elevation. So elevation is always depend upon the staircases. So the client will also ask you like that. So if you provide a staircase in the east back side, so I need exactly in the front side. So that's why we need to give in a front side also. Some people will particularly ask you, if I wanted to build any elevation, so how can I make it without a staircases? If you have any staircases, you can make a headroom in the top, and you can make some grooves in the elevation, and it will look quite good, right? So that is also main important thing, and where we need to provide. And sometimes it's not possible in the front side. So at the time, what we will need to do? So that type of things will happen in a site. And you see, as per the Vastu, every time the Vastu says, whenever you are climbing the staircases, you need to go for the clockwise direction. Okay, so clockwise we need to take it. Okay, so that's why we make it as up here. So if it is up, so whenever you are climbing it one step by step, so then you will move like a clockwise. Okay, so that type of thinking also we need to do. And here is a landing. So I hope you know that where we will get a landing. And suppose, just imagine, this is a ground floor, and exactly here we get a landing, right? So just imagine, and this is, and in the top, so this portion, and this is a mid landing, so mid landing level, and here is a floor level. Okay, this is a floor level in the first floor, and this is a ground level. And once you come here, and you will lift staircases like this. Sorry, I didn't draw correctly. And this is a mid landing. So there you can provide some beam here, and you can provide it, and it's slab. And again, if you go like this, and here we have a staircases, right? So this type of arrangement. For that also, this is a mid landing. Okay, so this portion is a mid landing portion. And these staircases, how many staircases will go? We need to decide, and these things, everything is noted. Okay, so whenever you are giving a staircases, you can't give these the directly 12 or 13. You need to measure it. How can you measure it? So taking the site, how much it is? So just 10 inches, right? 10 feet. So 10 feet in the sense 3 meters. Okay, so my floor height exactly in the middle, in the 5 meters. So 5 feet, I got a staircases, right? So for that, I need to decide how if you provide a rises, how much rise you need to provide, rise and thread. In the BTech also we studied. So how much rise it is? 150 nearly, and so 150 in the sense 6 inches. Okay, this unit conversion is a very important thing. Okay, you can't say I'm only perfect in meters. Okay, so every time if you are dealing with the Mestri and these people, so you need to be cautious about the units. They will ask you units, means inches only, inches or feet. At the time you need to open your Google, Google or calculator. You need to, if they say 6 inches, you don't get that point. So at the time you just open that Google, and you can type it 6 inches into how many meters. So this type of will happen. Okay, initially. So due to learn this unit conversion also, and the thread will be, so 250 into 300 thread we need to provide, right? So based upon that, if I provide a 6 inches, okay, exactly 6 inches like this, so thread will be 300 and 6 inches like this, right? So how many threaded, if I provide how many threaded will reach to 15 feet height, 5 feet height? Okay, 6 inches in the sense half feet, right? Okay, how many provided I need to provide here? So if I provide we need to convert into the 5 feet into 5 feet into inches. So 5 into 12, how many? 60, right? 60. How if 60 by 6? So 10. Okay, 10 rises you need to provide. So 10 number of rises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10 number of rises you can directly go to here. So this is an important thing. And if you can't say 13 or 14. So you need to calculate it. Okay, if suppose the client will say, so I need only 230. So then at the time you need to think about, okay, if it is a 230, so it will be changing. How many rises you will get, like that we need to think it. Okay, so based upon that also we need to give the staircase plan. Okay, so every time my students will always did wrong in these staircases. They didn't consider, so they simply take the mid landing here, and they will draw all some lines. So that's not good, right? So we need to give it as properly. And after that, I make it as a kitchen in the southeast. So southeast is my kitchen, right? So exactly as per the rule of thumbs, and it's in Vastu, we need to provide a southeast kitchen. If suppose it's not, I need to provide it here in the northwest. So I have a place here, so that's why I provide a southeast. And after that, kitchen, he asked me 3 BHK, right? 3 BHK. So 3 bedrooms and 1 hall and 1 kitchen. So that's why I provided 3 BHK. 1 bedroom here, master bedroom, and another is children bedroom, and another one is a guest bedroom, right? So based upon that, I provided a 3 BHK, and one is a hall and another one is a kitchen, right? So the requirement is fulfilled, right? So like that, I can provide it. And after that, see, just arrange it. And southwest. So southwest, I need to provide a master bedroom, right? So that's why I make it as a master bedroom. See, always our master bedroom will be somewhat higher than the another bedrooms. So that's the rule of thumb. So master bedroom always higher than the another bedrooms. So like, see, master bedroom is 11 feet into 12. 11 feet into 12 feet, right? So, and here is a children bedroom is a 9 feet 4 inches into 12 feet. And again, the guest bedroom is a 11 feet into 10 feet. So, so after that, we need to see if it is a 12 feet into 11 feet, is it sufficient for the bed or not? So if you go for the master bedroom, we need to provide a double coated, right? So means 6 feet into 6 feet bed. So if I provide a 6 feet into 6 feet bed, where it will provide? Where we need to provide it? And in which direction? The head towards we need to provide it. So every time as I was to see, and in the master bedroom, we need to provide so all our parents. So if you go for the master bedroom, the parents may sleep here, right? Master bedroom in the sense it's a higher people in our house. So parents in head towards which direction they need to provide. So see, always we need to provide south and east direction. Okay, south and east direction. All the elder people means the parents or anyone. So they need to provide, they need to put their head towards the south, and if it is children's, they need to provide a head towards the east direction. So that's why you can see here in the ground in the G bedroom, I provide in the east direction head. See guys. So if suppose if not, what will happen? So we don't know actually. Even though if sometimes you feel like someone will some bad dreams, right? Not a good dreams, it's a bad dreams. So bad dreams will disturb your mind, and also health issues will also come every time you are facing towards some north direction or west direction. So you will get some health issues. Okay, those all things will say, so Vastu will say. So even though sometimes also we felt like some bad dreams will come in the last night, right? So at the time you just think about it as either I put my head towards south or east, or west or north. If it is a west or north, that will be correct. If it is a south or east, I don't know what will happen. So these type of things, and we need to follow the south and east, right? So based upon that, we need to provide a south and east. Even though if you just imagine yourself in which direction you are putting your head towards. Okay, suppose even though in my fathers or my mother also putting towards the north and west, I suggest them to just place head towards south and east. Okay, so why? Because we know something, right? So that's why we need to tell them, we need to make them to do. So otherwise it's not good, right? So sometimes so health issues, these all things will be ruin our family, right? So that's why yeah. Okay, anyway, I hope here I make as a cupboards. So after that, here is a bed, and bed we need to see if this is a 6 feet and this is a 6 feet. As per this, we need to provide. If suppose if you are going for the design a bedroom, so you can't provide a 9 feet into 5 feet. How can you provide a bed? Okay, if it is a master bedroom or 2 bedrooms, so even if you are providing the 2 bedroom bed in the sense, just imagine if you are occupying if you are sleeping on a bed, so at least you will occupy 3 feet, right? And another person will occupy 3 feet. And even the length, even if you are 5 feet or 6 feet, you need to provide a 6 feet bed. So if suppose you are sleeping here, so if sometimes you will get a legs like this, how it will be? So it's not good for comfortable sleep, right? So that's why at least we need to provide a 6 feet. Even if it is people are 5 feet, so we need to provide a 6 feet bed. So as per that bed position and the bed dimensions, we need to decide these room sizes also. And just give me a minute, let me charge it. Yeah, okay. So and after that, I make it as a toilet, and the client will ask me. So client particularly ask me, I need a 2 attached toilets. Okay, 2 attached toilets. On master bedroom, we need to provide a toilet exactly attached. So that's why I provide an attached toilet here. And after that, I make it as a water closet here, and I make it as a sink here, and here is a tub, means a shower, and like that we provided. And after that, see this, if it is attached, always try to remember it. Every time whenever you are pressing the door, you need to provide in this direction only. So why? Because if you provide a door in this direction, see, every time if you open a door, in which direction it needs to go and it needs to stay. So see, if I just open my door exactly from here, so it will take arc like this and it needs to put here, right? So if it is not, what will happen? If suppose you are providing a door like this and you just open the door exactly like this, so what will happen? This much of area will be not convenient for us to walk or anything. Okay, so if you provide in this direction, so this here we have a wall and that will be margin to the wall and it will never create any disturbance. So every time make sure that, so whenever you open the door, it must be come inside of the wall. Okay, into the wall. Okay, inside in the direction of the wall. So try to remember this. Okay, and so see, even though if you give like this, you may not suffer. The client may suffer. So every time the client remember you. Okay, these people will give me this drawing, so this type of house. So yeah, he did something wrong. That type of thinking they will think. So you may not suffer, right? So as a client, we need to think. Okay. So anyway, and sink, and after that, children bedroom. I make it as a children bedroom here, and the client will ask me if it is a children bedroom, don't need to provide a attached toilet. Okay, so for the children's, you make it as some separate toilet for children's. Okay, so that's why we provided a toilet exactly in the outside, so it's not inside. If suppose the client will ask me, so I need a children bedroom also attached toilet, at the time what I need to do, so I just place a door here. I can place a like this. That's simple. I will close this door, then it will be attached, right? So that type of arrangement we need to do. And also come to here, and this is a guest bedroom. Guest bedroom also we need to provide a guest. If someone will guest come, so he don't use some private toilets or some public. He feel like it's not a good, right? So that's why we need to provide a. If it is a guest bedroom, we need to provide some another attached toilet for them. Okay, so that's why we provided it. And after that, sofa and these things. And even though if you every time, even though if you see our all wall clocks, if you have a wall clock in our home, so it must be in a east direction or north direction. Why? Because every time when you wake up sleep, you need to see in a east direction or a north direction. So that's why all the time you will place all your wall clocks will be in a, must be in a east direction or north direction. Why? Because you need to sit towards that. And some people also say every time the people will walking, so they need to walk in the east direction to north direction. That type of arrangements will also happen in a clients. Clients will particularly ask, so if someone will come like this walking, so some people say I don't need a spacing here. Why? Because people will walk in this direction, so it's not good for me. So at the time, if the people will walk from east to north direction, that will be good. Like that, the people the client will ask you. Okay, so even the people will think it. Okay, if it is a G+1 story building, so this is not for living, this is for solding purpose, then definitely all the whoever will come to buy this flat, they will all ask you these all the things. Okay, is that the east direction or west direction? These all things. And come to here I place a TV, and every time whenever you means a father or some head of the person, he need to put that towards east north direction. So in the head towards north direction while watching and while sitting in a sofa. And after that, the rest of the people will sit in another direction also. That's not a problem. And come to here, puja. And one thing is, every time whenever you come inside of the building, if it is a hall, that will be quite good, right? So that's why we design a hall here. So for the Vastu, for the hall purpose, we don't need to see the Vastu. Sometimes we need to neglect it. Okay, Vastu we can't consider all the time. If you blindly go for the in-depth Vastu, you can't construct house. Okay, you can't able to design house. So that type of things will happen in a Vastu also. Okay, whatever the limitations we need to follow them and we need to give them. Yeah, and also the means puja. So puja where we need to provide north east direction, right? So northeast direction, I need to provide a puja. So that's why I make it a puja. And come to the puja in the Vastu purpose. So some people say you can't provide a room for the puja. We need to use some cupboards or anything that type of arrangement. We need to use it. Okay, so that's why we didn't propose them for the room. So we just proposed from the cupboard type. Okay, even though if you see somewhere the puja room will never suggested. Okay, so that type of things. I hope it's clear, right? So and come to the doors and windows. Yeah, doors we know. And come to the doors. Yeah, this is a main door. Okay, main door in the sense that it's nearly 3 feet 12 inches and like that. And we have some schedule also here. And every time we need to give the schedule. So see here. So main door will be 3 feet 6 inches and 7 feet. 7 feet in the sense height wise. So if you have this one and 3 feet 6 inches, if you open the door and this will be look like this, and here is we have a pedal here, and this is the height will be 7 feet. Okay, so nearly it will come as a 2.1 meters. Okay, 7 feet. And after that, once you this is a 3 feet 6 inches in the sense 3 feet 6 inches. So in the plan view, what I need to consider this one, right? 3 feet 6 inches I need to consider. That's why we make it as a 3 feet 6 inches here exactly. Okay. And after the D1, when we go for the D1 and D2, see here you can see the two things, D1 and D2. And the D1 and D2 in the sense, so if you see 2 feet 9 inches, always if it is a D2, so we need to provide a toilets. Okay, every time if you have a toilet or any storeroom, we will provide a D2 there. Why? Because we can't provide some toilet for some type of arranged. Why? Because even though if it is a wood type, so it will be due to the water, it may decay, right? So that's why we will always prefer the aluminum doors and like this. Okay, so that type of size will be 2 feet 6 inches. And if it is a D1 will be for the kitchens and bedrooms and master bedroom, and here also this children bedroom, right? So this type of rooms we will provide a D1. And windows. So see guys, how many windows and how many doors we need to provide. So see, every time if you go for the doors and windows, we need to provide like a 2, 4 and 6. So see guys, every time the client will particularly will ask you. So if you are going to provide a doors, you need to provide a 2 or 6 or 4 or 8 or 10. So like this type of number we need to provide. Okay, 12. So and come to the windows also same. Okay, and even just read these all things and how many doors we provided here. Okay, how many doors? So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is there any another doors? No, we don't. Okay, 10 number. Okay, it's fine, right? And windows also we need to provide like that. And see, whenever we are providing a windows, so you need to always think about the air condition, air flowing. So suppose if you are providing even though in our engineering also we studied this. Okay, the air flow will be like this. And so if you provide a window here, the air flow will be like this. Like this we studied, right? So if the air will come inside it and it will go inside of this. If suppose if you didn't provide in the exactly in this direction, if see, so if you just close all your rooms with filled air, so you will get a hot, right? So the air will be going to hot. So that due to that we need to provide a air condition also. See, every time the air will come and we need to show them a proper way to go outside. At the time only you will get a fresh air. So that's why we will provide this type of arrangement. Okay, so and after that yeah, just let me go to the top one. And windows, so here is a window 2. And if you have a spacing and while we are deciding the windows, this plays a very critical role. Why? Because if you provide a window, that may disturb to the children bed cupboards. Okay, and even though it's also disturb to the interior drawings. Okay, suppose just imagine this is my bed. See, wait a minute. Yeah, see this. Suppose I make a bed exactly here. Okay, one window. So what will happen? See, as an engineer, what you suggest, what you do. So if it is a bedroom, so nowadays you can see all the movies will be having a bedroom with in the back side of that you will get a excellent type of interior, right? So like means nature and these hills and those all setup will be here. At the time, if you provide a window here, So how can they provide exactly at the bed, means the end of this bed, head of this bed, how can you provide the interior? So this is also things we need to think it. Okay. So after that, sometimes the client will take care of it, but we need to initially we need to think about it. Okay. So if suppose I provide a window here, so it will disturb to the interior. Okay, they can't provide like this. And even though if the client will give us a interior also, you need to consider these all things. Okay, if I provide exactly in the window, so the interior will may go disturb. So at the time I need to provide somewhere. So like that we can decide it. And so I hope you got it. And sometimes see guys, whenever some people will say, if suppose all the window all the doors you will get a 7. Okay, so 7 at the time, what they do, they will exclude the toilet doors. They will exclude all the toilet doors. Why? Because it's not like see, whenever you go for the doors, we call it as a 𝗟𝗏𝗿𝗏, right? So if you go for the toilets, we don't provide any 𝗟𝗏𝗿𝗏 type. Okay, that what we call it as, I think I don't know. Actually, I forgot it. Actually, that name actually. So that type of framing. So that wood framing, we call it as a 𝗟𝗏𝗿𝗏 in the Telugu. But come to this one, I don't know. Some of the people from the Hindi and English also. So that's why I'm going to teach you in English. So anyway, I hope you got it. And sometimes you will exclude this toilet doors also. Why? Because the toilet doors will not comes under like a 𝗟𝗏𝗿𝗏. We just make a aluminum frame and we will fix it. So that's it. Okay. So and these all, and ventilators also is must and should. Whenever you have a toilet, you need to provide a ventilator. So proper means proper ventilation. Okay. So I hope you got it. And come to the next floor. This is the ground floor. Okay. As per the architectural plan and the client requirements, I draw the architectural plan and see on the paper only. Okay, it's not on AutoCAD. So it's on paper. So after that, I decide the second floor. Okay, come to the second floor. What are the things I need to do? If it is a staircases, I just come here. I need to provide a corridor. Otherwise, where I can land it? So I need to provide a corridor. See guys, so most of the cases we didn't get any internal changes in the architectural plan. Sometimes it will come as it is. So, but few changes we will made as per the site. Okay, so if you see, this is a corridor, and this corridor will be the 5 feet. So we will simply say a 5 feet corridor it is. Okay, 5 feet corridor it is. And after that, here is again, if you come to the top floor, and here is a master bedroom. And every time, see kitchen. So sometimes the people will, nowadays all the people will ask you open kitchen. Okay, that is also interior also quite good. So that's why I am also suggest to my clients, just go for the open kitchen. Open kitchen will quite good, right? So that type of arrangement we will do that. Okay, and we need to suggest to the client, and we need to show them a good drawings and good pictures about this. And that at the time only the client will understand, and we need to like a client friendly. Otherwise, the client will never interact with you too much. So as an engineer, we need a client, right? So if you don't have any clients, how can you survive as an engineer? Okay, so this is also same. But what we did. So here we provide a balcony. How much area we have and how much length of this, and we just left in our this one. You can see in the site layout. So guys, one important thing, 3 feet 6 inches. I can provide a easily 3 feet 6 inches for a balcony. If you have a 4 feet, you can provide it. And if you go for the 2 feet, so don't go for the 2 feet balcony. Why? Because even if you are going and standing here, so you can't see, you can't place any chair here. Okay, you can't place any chair also. So that's why don't go for the 2 feet balcony. So just go for the 3 feet balcony. Okay, that's suggestible. So that's why we have a 3 feet 6 inches. That's why we provided a balcony, 2 balconies for a master bedrooms. Every time if you people will come and they will take the rest in a balcony. Okay, even though if it is a west side, so no, we can't having a scope, right? Yeah, we have another thing actually. So we can make it as an this entire will like a balcony. So in the east north direction. So but it will be due to even if you see, if you are going to change the this, what is that, slab area, it will try to change the entire cost of that. So in our villages or somewhere, so they will the maestri will ask you if it is a square units, so they will call it as a units. So for that unit it will ask you for 40,000 or like that, they will ask you. Okay, so that's why. So all our villages or somewhere, we always think about the slab area, how many square feet it is, as much as we are trying to reduce it. So as but if you are reducing the size, you are only constructing the home in a lifetime, one time at a lifetime, right? I think so. Okay, here is a balcony, so I will provide, and here is a the door means we just divided these two in two pieces. That's why we provide a balcony. Okay, even children's and master bedroom we provided a balcony, and there is no much changes here exactly. So I hope yeah, this is okay. I hope this is how we draw this on paper. But in the so the next okay, let's show you. So the next step will be drafting on AutoCAD. So based upon these proposed drawing on paper, so based upon these requirements and proposed drawings, this first floor and so all this side floor, how we can draw on site layout in AutoCAD, and how we can draw these all things, how we can place doors and how in AutoCAD. And you see, by seeing this, it's not a proper scaling. Okay, but why we are using the AutoCAD in the sense, let me in my perspective. So why we are using the AutoCAD in the sense, it's for just a paper and pen. Okay, if you are not going to using the pen and paper, instead of pen and paper, I am taking the AutoCAD. That's it. Okay, that's not a big deal. And even though some people think that if I know the AutoCAD, it's like some civil engineers number one software. So it's not like that. No, everyone can learn that. Okay. So, but one thing is, so without using the pen and paper, instead of pen and paper, we will use the AutoCAD. That's it. Okay. So, but these all, whatever we explain, these all things as an engineer, we need to know that. But no one can teach you. But as we need some experience, and we need some things to learn these all things, and we need experience. So this is what we need to learn as an engineer. So that's why I'm an engineer. So that's why I wanted to help you to how we can draw the floor plans. Everyone can say, if you go for the AutoCAD class of AutoCAD course, everyone say, yeah, we will teach you the AutoCAD. They don't teach you what are these things. So I too join some courses, like all the AutoCAD courses while I'm BTech. No one can teach me. So, but I am thinking about the day is passing. I just joined for the 30 days course, but day is passing. No one can teach me about Vastu, and no one can teach me about how we can draw the plan. So in our, if any one of your parents or relatives will came to our house, our father introduced to him, he is a civil engineer. So what he directly will ask you, yeah, I have a site. So can you draw that? He don't know. My teachers will not teach me that. How can I draw? Even though you can't say I don't draw, at least you know the BPD, right? So based upon that BPD, you just draw the line drawing, and you will give it to him. At the time, he will take, okay, he is just an engineer. That's it. If you just draw like this, and you will give it to the client, how they felt, like, just imagine. So they will they will tell you to, so this person son is having civil engineering, and he can help you. So this thing will happen in my life also. That's why I changed these all things in my life. Okay, and I was in BTech. Some people will come and ask me. So at the time, I'm not able to say. My teachers will not told me this, and even though my entire college, no one can teach me Vastu and these all things. How can I draw properly to you? So, but we did a lot of things to learn this, and so that's why, at least for I hope you understand what we need to do and how we can learn it, and these all things in this session. Anyway, in the next session, we are going to discuss about how we can draw these floor plans, this site layout, and this what is that, ground floor plan, and this first floor plan. And in the AutoCAD, let me show you my AutoCAD as well. Oh, I didn't open that anything. So anyway, so no problem. In the AutoCAD also, I hope some of the people are from the basics also. So that's why I just told them we will cover from the basics. So I'm not taking too much time to explain you all the basics. I already explained all the basics in my entire course. So definitely, so if you are having a stuff there, and you will definitely get there. And see, I just cover all the interface first, and after that I will explain you how we can set the units, and how we can in the next session, it's an interesting session actually. So I will show you how we can take, if you take any floor plan from the Chrome or any internet, how we can convert into the AutoCAD plan. How it's just I will show you how we can draw, how we can scale it, and how we can draw. And if someone will give you the PDF, he will ask you to just draw the PDF, entire the PDF in AutoCAD. Why can't you draw all the entire PDF? You can directly take from there, and you can insert it, and you can make it scaling, and you can draw it. That's it. So why you need to put another in your mobile? You need to put a PDF, and in AutoCAD you need to draw each and everything. Okay, that's not the right way. And even as an engineer, we need to save the time. Okay, we have a lot of time and we need to utilize it properly. So by some small things, we need to save our time, right? So in the next session, definitely it will be, we will start from the AutoCAD. I hope actually I didn't thought that I will cover these all things, but anyway, so due to for this immense response, I wanted to cover you all these things. That's why it's you guys